Good morning, Danny and Taji. Danny, Tajay, good morning. Again.
Morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
I don't think you hear me. Tajay, are you back now?
Yes, sir.
Donnie? Yeah, man, I was asking you a question, but you weren't responding. I was asking you if we have done AP and GP already. Remember? You remember that topic?
Oh, no, sir. I didn't think we went through that.
Okay, but we did Kramer's though.
Yes, sir.
All right. Donnie, are you here, honey? All right, you keep
Yes,
unmuting
sir.
and then mute. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. We're here. Here. The last topic I will do on
And I'm asking the same question. We never did AP, GP, right?
matrix. No, sir. It's the first that I'm hearing of. What that
Okay,
we
but
did was matrix.
but we did the Kramers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guess what now? So there are only 2 of us. I'm not waiting on the others any longer. This is now 8:43. I'm going to start AP, GP with you. But what I'm going to do is let me forward you the notes. Let me forward you the notes via the phone. Hold on a minute.
Sir, when is this exam, sir? The 2nd of February?
To be honest with you, we don't know yet because it's only the first draft of the timetable that came out. The one that I sent in the group
Yes.
that was the first draft. And I think they may have
Okay.
a second draft and then a final draft. So we have 2 more things to come out. So I don't know exactly when.
Okay, sir. So when is this unit finishing?
When the class finishing
Mm-hmm.
in another, hold on, because them say the last week is supposed to be the study week, and I want to give them a study week. We have 2 more classes next week
Okay,
and
so,
the 22nd.
so sir, there would be a revision class?
Yeah.
That for us? Okay.
Yeah, man. I'll keep a revision class for those who want the revision.
Right.
Absolutely. No, you the ones that come to class need to
Some of a
pass.
fear of pre-calculus, sir.
Huh?
Okay.
Wait a sec.
Of fear pre-cal.
You're afraid of pre-cal?
Yes, sir.
No, but I
No.
consider you doing very well. And I mean I think Tajay is doing very well too. So
No. Just
Danny,
fear
relax yourself.
pre-cal,
It's
sir.
2022. Matter of fact, you and Tajay phone wasn't working over the Christmas.
Yes, sir. Me have a text Tajay, sir.
No, so me no nobody wanna gonna text me and say Happy New Year, sir.
Sir.
It's all right. No, don't say not more than me. I know where the love is. Thank you very much. Tajay,
Oh.
you couldn't send the teacher Happy New Year.
Sir, Tajay never have any cake, sir. That's why.
Oh, it's all right. Keep it up. Keep
Oh,
it
Sir,
no.
up.
Happy New Year and Merry Christmas, sir.
Yeah. The same to you too, Donny. If it's coming from the heart, the same to you too. Let me hear what excuse Tajay even said no. Yes, Taj.
Oh, sir. Happy New Year. Sorry. My Wi-Fi
Mhm.
is acting up. I flew my app, sir.
Okay, yeah, but you could have you and Danny, you could have taught though, but you couldn't send me a little Happy New Year. What am I looking for? But anyhow, the love is still there. Happy New Year. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Because I'm now looking for APGP. 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 And this is Precalculus. And I just sent the precal in the group, and I'm going to ask you to refer to it. That's what I'm going to be teaching from today. And that don't look familiar, right? All right, do me a favor now. The first I want to read through read the first page for me. Read the first page for me, and then the first page is supposed to be revision from C-set math or foundation. Read the first page for me. Give me half a second. You read to the first page, right? Already? Hmm?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, so we need to have a conversation. We need to have a conversation. There are two of us. Let us see how quickly we can get through this topic. Let us see if we can finish this topic today. There are only two of us, and we can do it. We can do it. So I want you to be very responsive to me when I answer the question. Please, I mean, not to ask the question 3, 4, 5 times. All right. So let me see if I can do this from this thing here. Let's see if I can share my screen, even though you have it. Share my screen from here. Start now. I'm gonna go through this. I see my screen.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. So we're looking at sequence. Come, Donnie, come. We need to wake up now. We're going to see if we can finish off this thing. I'm energized. Let us see if we can finish up. I have like about 25 pages, but don't worry about it. 25 pages of worded information and a few questions for you to do. Really not a difficult topic. All right, let's go. So we're looking at binomials, right? So from CXC, we know that anything raised to the power 0 is 1, don't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. And we did that in indices and logarithms too. So a plus b raised to the 0 power is going to be equals to 1. All right. And then now we're also, oh, my screen stop share. Hold on. All right. So anything raised to the power 0 is 1. And of course, we know that anything raised to the first power is that thing itself. Remember, indices logarithms, a to the 0 is 1, but a to the first power is a.
Yeah.
So
I'm not seeing anything on the screen. It's just white.
You don't see anything, Tajay?
No, sir.
Okay, then. All right, hold on. I have to change devices then. Send file. All right, no problem. That can be solved easily. Easy 1, 2, 3. It's the same document that you have still, but I just want to refer to it, but not a problem. So, the email myself. All right, and then I need to log into a different device. Come in, trying to just log in. All right, so email sent to me already. Let me do this. Zoom. All right, so I am now in. Got you to the Wi-Fi.
Recording in progress.
Okay, got you. Hear you loud and clear. Hold on. Are you seeing it now?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Let me just log out from this device. All right, I just save on. So what I'm saying to you is a plus b to the first power is going to be a plus b. And we all know that from C-sec, a plus b all squares is going to be a plus b times a plus b, which is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, which is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. If you don't believe me, let us look at that point. I just spotlighted something a while ago. Look at that. When you look at that point right there, it is a plus b all squares is the same thing as a plus b.
Sorry to interrupt. So can you zoom in a bit more, please? Not trying to zoom, but switch the laptop.
Don't you wear glasses?
No, sir.
Wear
But
glasses on
it's the
it? Or are you
laptop,
teaching
so
why
it's
make you
kind
start wear
of,
glasses?
it's kind
No, man,
of,
that's fine. No, explain. No, you don't have to explain. No, so see me just ask you for wear glasses. No, man, that's fine, man. It's not a problem for me to zoom in. Tell me now. That all right now, hon?
yes, sir.
All right, great. All right, let me see if I can spotlight something again. Lord Jesus, this is not working. All right. All right. And it's gone now. Hold on. All right. I landscape it because I can't see it so well, but oh. Oh. I seen the screen again now?
Yes, sir, I'm seeing.
All right, good. So if you look at it now, right here, so a plus b all squares. A plus b all squares is the same thing as a plus b times a plus b. It's a plus b times a plus b. And then again, it's say a times a is a squares. And that a times this a here times this b is going to give you ab. And then this b times this a going to give you another ab. And the b times the b give you b squared. And this ab plus this ab, when you add them together, you can get 2ab. You have only one a squared and one b squared. So you're going to have a squared plus 2ab plus b squares. Look at that and tell me if you see where I got that from. Look at it and tell me if you agree where I got it from. What I want you to look at is to agree that you understand that a plus b all squares is equals to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Or you say, Taj?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. No, so that is fine. So I'm happy that you guys are seeing that. But guess what? Life sometimes is not as clear as just black and white. Sometimes you can have shades of gray. Many times you can have shades of gray. And you have to know how to deal with those shades of gray. Let us look at a plus b all cube. A plus b all cube is the same thing as a plus b times a plus b all squares. A plus b times a plus b all squares. Now, if you look at it, we just evaluated a plus b all squares. So if we substitute a plus b all squares for a squared plus 2ab plus b squares, which is right here, so, and they will multiply by a plus b, look at that multiplication and tell me if you see and agree with what it is that I have. I'm right here. I'm right here. I just want you to look to see and tell me if you agree with it. If you're not seeing it, don't be afraid to say, sir, I'm not following what multiplication you've done right here. As I said, this topic is really not difficult, and we can go through, even finish AP today. Really not difficult.
Yes, sir, I see it.
Okay, done, where you stay.
Yes, sir.
You see it?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Now, I could also give you a plus b to the fourth power and ask you to work that out. But guess what? Why am I going to go and give you all of that and you have to go to whole multiplication when I can teach you an area that you can go ahead and do your expansion easy, easy, easy. That's what this topic is all about, sequence and series. I can give you that sort of expansion. As a matter of fact, speaking of which, we looked at this before, don't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, we looked at this piece before. All right.
Yes, sir.
So, all right, so let me just stop share right here. and then don't jump to, we looked at that part before, we looked at Pascal's before, and we looked
Yes,
at that. So let me jump now to this portion of it. I need to delete this portion from what I sent you because I did this with you already. Come on. Let me jump to here now. This is where I want to jump to. Arithmetic progression and geometric arithmetic progression. Read through the definition. A is equal to the first term. D is the common difference. L is the last term. These are some definitions for things that we're going to be using. And N is the number of terms. Sn or Tn is the last term, A plus N minus 1 times D. A plus N minus 1 times D. All right. And then we have Sn to be equal to N over 2 times 2A plus N minus 1 times D. All right, so I don't want you to be worried too greatly about, these formulations. The formulations are really not bad. They're easy to remember and easy to work with. Not bad, easy to remember and easy to work with. So don't worry about it. Fret not. When teachers say don't worry, it means that you're not supposed to worry. So let's go. Let's go. So A is the first term, D is my common difference. My last term is going to be denoted as L, and N is going to be denoted as the number of terms. All right. My Tn is referring to the last term, and the last term is going to be denoted by A plus N minus 1 times D. All right, so let us look at an example, and I want you to work this example through with me. If I give you 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And I state to you that it has 5 terms. 2 is the first term, 4 is the second term, 6 is the third term, 8 is the fourth term, and 10 is the fifth term. And I ask you to find the sum of those terms. Easy peasy. 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10. You just add them up. Tell me that you agree with me.
Agree, sir.
Yes,
Yeah, man, easy something, man. All right? But guess what? Life is not going to be this easy at times. They're going to ask you to do some things that you have to use some formulation. All right? So look at what it is. So I'm going to develop the topic with you now. I'm going to call A my first term. And remember, I said to you that D is my common difference. D is my common difference. Let us look at the example. What is the difference between 4 and 2?
2.
Very good. What is the difference between 6 and 4?
2, sir.
What's the difference between 8 and 6?
2, sir.
Right. And the difference between 10 and 8?
2 again.
Very good. So you recognize the difference is 2?
Yes, sir.
Now look at what happens. What is D? Tell me what D says up top. D is a what?
Common difference.
So the difference is what? It's a common.
Common.
Right. So it means that the difference is the same.
Yes,
now,
sir.
when we're in arithmetic progression, every time we take one term and subtract it from the term before, it means that we're supposed to get the same common difference, the same difference. And that's why we call it common. You know, like when people say, geez, I said them bag are nice, you know. This is done, you know, Tajini. Hey, them bag are nice, you know. But them common, you see, everywhere there's this money in a one. You ever hear people talk like that, Donnie?
Yes, sir, it's true.
Yeah, man, because you're seeing it over and over and over. So it's mathematics. And mathematics, you get the word common from, you know, in a maths. So because the difference that we subtract here, 4 minus 2 is 2, 6 minus 4 is 2, 8 minus 6 is 2, 10 minus 8 is 2. We call those a common difference. And the common difference is going to be denoted as D. And my first term will be denoted as A. All right, watch me now. Work with me now. So look at it. My first term is A. And then my second term is going to be A plus D. Let us check it. What is the first term in this example?
2
Very good. How do you think I got the 4?
plus 2, the common difference.
Very good. How do you think I got the 6?
Plus 2, the common difference.
Very good. And then the 8 is plus 2 down. So each time I'm adding common difference of 2, don't it?
Yes, sir.
All right, watch this now. Look at it. So the first term is A. My second term is going to be A plus D. A plus D, because I'm adding a common difference. The third term is 2 common differences that I'm adding. It's 2 common differences I'm adding. And in my fourth term, I'm adding 3 common differences. You see that? Make sure you see it, you know, because there's a question I'm going to ask, you know. Let me say it one more time. Let me say it one more time because I want you to get it. I'm going to say it one more time. Somebody is just came in the class, but I can't check to see who it is. Who is it that just logged on?
Sir, I'm having some issues with my computer. So I have to log in on the phone.
No problem. All right, so work with me now. And I want all of you to listen up on this. I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm actually going to give you a hint for what it is that I'm asking. It's a question, but there's a hint in it or to it. Watch me, work with teacher now, work with me. My first term is A. My second term is A plus 1D. My third term is A plus 2D. My fourth term is A plus 3D. I'm going to 2 more. Listen, my fifth term is A plus 4D. 1 more. My sixth term is A plus 5D. What is my 10th term given by?
So you say your 10th term?
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be A plus 9D.
Very good. Very good, done. We don't know where you have a top way for the precalculus. Very good. Tajay, you see how you get the A plus 9D? Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Colin, you agree? All right. Now let's go again. Let's go again. One more for the road. What is the 15th term given by? What is the 15th term given by? Talk to me no, man. Hello, somebody.
A plus 14D.
Very good. Very good. Donnie, calling it to see who can get that?
No, sir. Go
Yes,
again,
sir.
please.
I'm saying, what is it? What is it? The A plus 14B. How do we think we get that? Talk to me now. We're taking too long.
Sir, because I want to find the 15th place.
Right, the 15th, right, the 15th term is going to be denoted as what? A plus? A plus 14B.
14D.
Right. One more, just to make sure that, one more for me to know that you're following me. The 20th term is denoted by what? You know, following up because I should give me the answer a long time.
A plus 19D.
Very good. All right. Why that is so? Because the last term is going to be A plus N minus 1 times D. So look at what I have in red. A plus N minus 1 times D. So when I have the fifth term,
And what is N again?
N is a number of terms. N is a number of terms. A is the first term and D is a common difference. N, the number of terms, A, the first term, and D, the common difference. So what happens is, if I'm talking about my fifth term tells me that I have 5 terms. I'm celebrating my 5th birthday. It means that I'm 5. Talk truth.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So if I'm talking about the 5th term is going to be where N is 5, but you have to subtract 1 from 5. So you have 4. So the 5th term is going to be given by A plus 4D. The 5th term is going to be given by A plus 4D. The 5th term is going to be given by A plus 4D. All right, let's go. So I'm asking you, how does A plus N minus 1 times D relate to an AP? Look, I have my first term, my second term, my third term. Notice my second term has 1 less D, don't? My third term has 1 less D. My fourth term has 1 less D. My fifth term has 1 less D. My sixth term has 1 less D. And my last term has 1 less D. A plus N minus 1 times D. So this is why the topic is called sequence and series, because when you look at it, you can actually see the pattern in the question. And then from these patterns, we were able to generate some formulas. We're able to generate some formulas. We're able to generate some formulas. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. So if you look back at the original question, you will see that the first term is A. Let me show you. See there? What is the first term, sir? Any number will come in front. We started off is the first term. Then, sir, what if I have a bigger number start off and then a smaller number end? That means the bigger number is still the first term? Yes. Yes. It doesn't matter what number started off. Any number that started off, that's the first term. Don't rearrange the question that them give you. That will be the first term. All right, so let's go. So it says how to determine the common difference. You're going to take one term and subtract it from the term before. I did that with you a while ago. We're taking one term and subtract it from the term before. Right? So in order for me, if I take the fifth term, the sixth term is going to be A plus 5D. The sixth term is a plus 5b. I have to subtract it from the term that precedes it, meaning the term that is in front of it. So it's going to be a plus 5b minus a plus 4d. And then the a's will cancel, and we have 5b minus 4d, which is d. So it doesn't matter. You remember the exercise that I did? 4 minus 2 is 2. 6 minus 4 is 2. 8 minus 6 is 2. 10 minus 8 is 2. That means the 2 is common. So we talk about a common difference because we're subtracting. So that's why it's called a difference. So that's a common difference. Now, how we find a common difference, we take one term and subtract the term that comes just before it. Take one term and subtract the term that comes just before it. I am continuing. If you're not following something, stop me. Please stop me. We have 2 more weeks for me to finish off the syllabus. The last week is your revision week before your exam. All right, so let's go. It says, what is the difference between a series and a sequence? In the series, you have addition signs. And in the sequence, you're going to have commas. So in this particular question, you recognize that we're talking about a series because we have our addition signs. Then, sir, you're going to have subtraction signs. Think about it. Could we have subtraction signs? If yes, why? If no, why? That was a question. I want you to answer me. All right, no answer?
Sir, no, sir, because I guess you won't have an sir, when you do the calculation, sir, they won't be equal to anything.
They won't be equal, they won't be common. They'll be equal to something, but they won't be common, right? Say yes, no?
Sir, I guess, because I'm not seeing what you're saying. Sir, with
All right.
it.
I'm coming back to that question. Now, so remember, we were able to calculate the sum of this series by adding the 2 and the 4 and the 6 and the 8 and the 10, and we got 30. So how you get 30? 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 8 is 20. 20 plus 10 is 30. All right? But what if them give something with all 50 terms? You're going to sit down and code all 50 of them? I don't think so. I don't think so. And I want you to think back at, say, you're working in a warehouse. Amazon warehouse. Yeah, Amazon is a good one to use. Amazon has many warehouses. Matter of fact, too many to think about, because you can be in a Jamaica and buy something, and they will say to you that it can be delivered overnight to a US address. And you say, "Blow overnight?" Yeah, man, because what Amazon does is to look at the shipping address and look to see if one of their outlets closest to you, to your address, has the item that you have purchased. If it does, Amazon will say to you that it can be delivered same day, and especially if you buy it early. But if it's something that none of the outlets nearby have it, but one outlet in California, they will say to you that it takes 5 to 7 business days. Because if you go drive from California and come all the way down to Florida for you to get it. Our Amazon may do them have them own airplane, so they may say, okay, fine. The plane is going to move from Cali to Florida in another 6 hours. So you don't have to wait 7 days. You can't get it in 2 days. All right. So when you go into those big warehouses and the people them say, count how many laptops you have. You're gonna go and count them one by one, or what? You're not gonna even do nothing more for the rest of the day. And me no meaning I sit down and count all of them something there. So I have to create a system as to how to create those stuff. I may, for example, have laptops
tablets and cell phones, because I work in the gadget section. Right there and then, me can set up my cramers. If they say count how many, Sir Sean, count how many of them something, let me say, okay, me look on something, me write me equations and set up my cramers and solve it and say, okay, you have this number of X's for the laptops and this number of Y's for the computers and this number of this for that. I'm gonna tell them quick time, right? So this is how we use mathematics in the real world, all right? So the formulation is going to be very important to help us in solving some of these real life world problems. All right, let's go. So to calculate the sum, I'm going to use S subscript n. S subscript n is telling me that I'm calculating the sum of the series or the sequence. S subscript n is telling me that I'm calculating the sum of the sequence or the series. I'm calculating the sum of the sequence or the series. All right? Remember now, n is the number of terms. A is my first term. What is L again?
Last term.
Very good. And L is my last term. I have to answer these questions, because I want to make sure that you are still awake. I want to make sure that you're still awake. And L is my last term. So remember now, see, I give you a little revision there. A is 2, which is my first term. The common difference is 2, as we checked it. The last term is 10, and I have 5 terms in there. So all I'm going to be doing, I want to find the sum. I have to substitute all those values. So we get all them values here from the question. It was 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10. 10 is my last term. 10 is my last term. 10 is my last term. My first term is 2. The number of terms is 5. And I just calculate the common difference and got the common difference to be 2. So look at what happens. I am going to say S subscript 5. S subscript 5 is equal to 5 over 2. Is equal to 5 over 2 times 2 plus 10. 2 plus 10 is 12. And 12 times 5 is 60. And 60 divided by 2 is 30. So I'm getting my sum to be 30. But watch this. When we calculate it by just adding the numbers, we got 30. So we know that this formulation works. Well, for this question, that is. So just remember this now. The formula to calculate the sum, or one of the formulas, because you recognize that there's another formula. One of the formulas to calculate the sum is going to be S subscript n is equals to n over 2 times A plus L. A plus L. Any questions?
No, sir.
All right. So it's n over 2 times A plus L. But guess what? Sometimes I'm not going to give you the last term. The question could say, is it just like what I have it written there? 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10. And I can say, calculate the sum of the series. And I can tell you, so the series have 15 terms. And you don't see what the last term is. You don't see what the 15th term is. So you'd have to go ahead and calculate the last term. What are you saying, sir? Okay, let's go. So S5 is representing the sum of the first 5 terms. S subscript 5 is representing the sum of the first 5 terms. S subscript 5 is representing the sum of the first 5 terms. Help me to develop something now. Developing. And if you take a close look at the same formula we just used, Sn is equal to n over 2 times a plus L. But you remember L is equal to a plus n minus 1 times d. Remember that? See it right here, so? See it right here, so? L, which is the last term, see I have last up top, is going to be equals to a plus n minus 1 times d. It's going to be equals to a plus n minus 1 times d. All right? So right there, all I'm going to be doing is substituting the value of L into my formula, n over 2 times a plus L. I'm taking out that L and I'm substituting it with a plus n minus 1 times d. So look at the blue L and look at what the blue or the blue writing is, and you see where I'm making the substitution. So I'm substituting that L into the sum formula. So I'm going to end up with a plus a times n minus 1 times d. Sorry, I was trying to spotlight something and it went. All right. So that's what I was trying to show you. So I'm substituting a plus n minus 1 times d. Now, a plus a is 2a. See right here, so a plus a, and then I'm gonna have n minus 1 times d. So look at what I end up with now. Sn is going to be n over 2 plus a plus n minus 1 times d, and a plus a, you know that's 2a.
Sir, wait just a minute.
Go ahead.
Okay. I was trying to find out where the other 8 comes from.
Oh, but you see it now?
Yeah, I realized that it's from the
From
L.
a plus l.
Yeah, from the L.
Right. So remember now, very good question. So let me just say that again in case somebody else missed it. So remember, we used a formula before. See the formula up here in pink? Sn is equal to n over 2 times a plus l. N over 2 times a plus l. So what I'm trying to do is to show you that sometimes you're not given the first term and the last term, or you're not given the last term into the question. You don't know what the last term is. They may only give you the common difference and the number of terms, and you don't have the last term. So you no need to go ahead and find the last term. So what I'm saying to you, the last term formula is given by L is equals to a plus n minus 1 times d. See there in blue? A plus n minus 1 times d. So what we're doing is substituting that last term formula into the a plus l formula, which is the sum formula for the arithmetic progression. All right? Now, when we make that substitution, we're going to end up with a plus n minus 1 times d. A plus n minus 1 times d. A plus a times n minus 1 times d. So what I'm going to end up with now is a plus a is 2a. So I'm going to end up with n over 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times d. And I'm saying this would be the preferred formula for evaluating the sum of terms in an arithmetic progression when the last term is unknown. So when you don't know the last term, you can't use a plus l. You can't use something you don't know. So if they don't give you the last term into the formula, when you calculate the sum of the AP, you have to use Sn is equal to n over 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times d. Every
Sir,
single time.
go again with that, sir.
Now I'm saying to you, what I must go ahead with, the formula or the explanation?
Explanation, sir.
So I'm saying to you, when I give you a question, when you get a question, and in the question you don't know anything about the last term, you don't know anything about the last term, you have to use this formula. N over 2 is equal, n over 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times d. You don't know the last term. So if you don't know the last term, chances are they will give you the common difference. And you will need to know n, because if you're calculating the sum, you need to know what n is. But they may not give you the last term, but they may give you the common difference. They may not give you the last term, but they will give you the common difference. So you go ahead and use the common difference to calculate the sum. In other words, if you don't know what the last term is, you can use n over 2 times a plus l. If you don't know what the last term is, you must use n over 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times d.
Yes, sir. Makes sense now.
All right, good. Alternatively, let me use that formula, the same formula we just developed. So watch me now. We're going to pretend. Given 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, recognize that the same question, you know. Are the same question we're doing. We need to evaluate the sum of the first 5 terms. We need to evaluate the sum of the first 5 terms. But sir, another same question we had from morning. Yeah. But we want to use the same one if we just show you all of the points before we move into the questions, other questions on our own. Watch me. We're going to use a formula because the last term is not given. Right? I notice somebody say, assume say the last term is unknown. Should we do the question already? We know say the last term is 10, but we're going to pretend say we don't know. We are going to pretend that we don't know that the last term is 10. All right? So that's why I said, assume that the last term is unknown. That's our secret. So we're going to end up now using the formula a 2a plus n minus 1 times d. So I know what a is. A is 2. That's the first term. I know I have 5 terms. So how do you know you have 5 terms? The question says, evaluate the sum of the first 5 terms. And then now the question says, common difference, d equal 2. So how you get that again? 4 minus 2 is 2. 6 minus 4 is 2. 8 minus 6 is 2. 10 minus 6 is 2. When you check it, and all the terms come out to be 2, then you know that your common difference is 2. Then you know that your common difference is 2. Then you know that your common difference is 2. Any questions so far? Talk to me, man.
Sir, wait, I'm looking at it.
Okay, no problem. Hold on. So give me a minute. Give me a minute, please. Tajay, are you still with us? You're so quiet, Tajay. Going back to sleep, man.
Also, I was checking the question.
You understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. See, no, Darlene?
Sir, not yet, sir. I'm checking the question too.
Okay.
Mm.
Take your time. Take your time. I'm right here. I have nothing to do but to sit and wait. So take your time.
Okay, sir.
All right now?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Boy, this COVID something make me want to be fearful, but I'm not going to be afraid. But this COVID I get out of hand now, man. Jesus, Lord. Come and save the people. No, sir. All right. So while you're checking it, let me just go through again. So my S5 is going to be some of the first S5, S subscript 5 is reading to be some of the first 5 terms. That's what S subscript 5 is. So when I look at S subscript 5, what that is saying to me, that is the sum of the first 5 terms. If I have S subscript 10, it is telling me the sum of the first 10 terms. All right? Okay, let's go. So I'm substituting in the formula. Remember, n is 5, so I'm 5 over 2 plus 2 times a, which is 2 times 2, plus 5 minus 1 times d. Remember, the common difference is d. So BOMDA says we'll have to work our brackets first. So again, say 5 minus 1 is 4, and then 4 times 2 is 8, plus 4 is 12, and then 12, 5, 6. But sir, we get the same answer. Yes. So I'm saying to you, the n over 2 times a plus l, and the n over 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times d. Both formulations are the same. It's just that one you can use to find when you're given the last term, and the other one is used when you're not given the last term. All right? Put it this way. Chicken is a base. You're doing chicken, when you curry, you use a curry powder. But if you brown stew, you can use curry, please say no. Tajay may not be able to answer it because I don't think Tajay can cook.
No, sir.
All right. So just like how we were cooking, we have some things. And guess what now? When Tajay go around, Tajay now put on one plaid shirt with a plaid pants because I'm gonna laugh off him. So Tajay know how to combine in colors. So it is still clothes, but you know what to put with what, when you want to put it with it. All right? That's exactly how the mathematics work. So we have the 2 formulas that will give the same solution to the question, but one of them we're going to use it because it have the last term. And when I get the last term, I said, not a problem. We use the one without the last term formula. So it's the same formulation that will give you the same answer, but on different circumstances. On different circumstances. All right? Okay, let's go. And see, we're doing pretty well. We're doing very well. We're moving. So hear me out to you now. So if you claim that you're understanding, I am still giving you the same question. 2, 4, 6, dot, dot, dot. I am not even giving you the rest of the terms. Here I'm asking you. I want you to go and evaluate the sum of the first 20 terms for me. Do that for me right now for me, guys. Right now. Evaluate the sum of the first 20 terms for me. All right, hold on a minute, so come.
Sir.
Anybody finished? Are you still working?
Yes, sir, I'm finished, sir, but I was asking, just a little confused. I'm not really confused, but where is the 2A, sir, right? So
Where's
it's
what?
2A
2A?
from the equation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the 2A, sir. So it's 2 times whatever A is.
Very good.
Okay.
What is offer your answer?
Sir, I got 210.
Okay. Tajay, what is offer your answer?
420, sir.
420?
Mm.
Who else is in the class? I can't switch back. Colin, what is offer your answer?
Sir, 210.
Okay, let me just check to see who else is here. I know somebody else came in. Good morning, Lori. All right. 210. All right, so I will need to see, I will need to see what that is. Ah, my answer is 420. Very good, Tajay. I know I got 210 in both of you. Something never multiplied at all. Look at that for me, please. Look at it again. And I'm going to give you about 3 minutes to look at what it is that I've done, because I have another question to give you. Matter of fact, Tajay, because you have completed it, you move on to number 2, Taj. Move on to number 2. The rest of you, look at number 1. Look back at that example.
Sir, I had 42/2, sir.
You had what?
42/2, sir.
If I beat you, said this, Danny, sure. All right. So you see the mistake now then. All right, move on. Move on. To see a mistake.
Yes, sir, I saw it.
All right. Make the correction, the pair of you, and then move on to the other question. Move on to the other question, please. Anybody finish with that one?
Yes, sir.
What you got for the answer?
Sir, 30.
Okay, Tajay, what you get?
Oh, sir, I'm still working it out.
All right, then. All right, okay. Calling it, waiting on you too. Remember, you know, guys, my aim is to introduce GP as well. We don't have much time left, and I have graphs to look at with you, and functions. So I want you to do graphs next week, and if I can do graphs and functions next week, that would be great. And then I use the other week as revision, and then you can have the final week for your own personal revision.
Sir, it says the sum of the first 15 terms.
Yeah.
Oh, I got 225.
Okay. Calling it.
So me get 240.
225 is correct. Donnie, I want you to look at this again to see what it is that you're not doing correctly. I know the problem, you know. You're not substituting the correct stuff, and you're not multiplying the things properly. Very good, Taj.
What you know?
What mistake you made? Tell me what you did.
Plus another 2 to it. That's why I get 240, sir. Because I get it
Okay.
correct up to the second line. I'm gonna get the 28, but I put 4 instead of 2.
Oh, okay.
4 instead of 2, right? That's why I get 240.
Okay. Got you. Done. I need to hear from you now. What did you do? Lori, I'm calling you again. You're not responding to me. Lori Harper.
Sir, plus 15 and 15.
Where say you have a good name?
Sir, I sent something in the chat.
Sir, I add.
Where are?
Sir, cancel out. Sir, 2 and 30. So I get 15 up top, and I add them. So that's why I get 30. I never mind.
Danny.
So, sir, multiply.
Danny. So
Yes,
you know, 15 times 15, I get 30. Why did you add on it? All right, guess what? I'm happy that that's where you made a mistake, because you'll still get a good number of marks out of the question. But remember, it's multiply done, not.
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Now, hear me out now. I'm going to challenge you guys a little bit further. So we're moving on from these easy ones to them word up ones here. No, I'm going to help you do, I'm going to help you to a point, but you have to go to the rest yourself. it says the 10th term of an AP is 17, while the 6th term is 11. Determine the common difference, the first term, sum of the first 20 terms, and write the first 5 terms of the progression. Is something I ask you? You have to find a common difference. You have to find the first term. You have to find the sum of the first 20 terms. And then them want you to write the first 5 terms of the progression. 4 different something you're supposed to calculate. But sir, we're not seeing nothing, sir. It is hidden. No, you have to unravel it. And I went through some exercises earlier because I was preparing you for what is to come. Hear me now. The 10th term of an AP. How do we denote the 10th term of an AP? How do we denote the 10th term of an AP?
Oh, sir, A plus
9D.
9B.
Very good. So let's go again now. Very good. So let's go again. The 10th term of an AP is 17. What do I write? The
A
10th term of
plus
an go ahead.
16D.
Work with me. Let me start again. How do we denote the 10th term of an AP?
The 10th, sir?
Yeah, the 10th term of an AP is denoted by what?
Sir, A plus 9D.
Very good. A plus 9D.
Yes,
Press
sir.
pause. Hear my question to you now. I'm compounding the question. I'm saying to you now, the 10th term of an AP is 17. What do I write?
Oh, sir, so you're just going to put the 10th term of an AD is 17. So you're going to put A plus 9D equals 17.
Oh, very good, darling. Wow. I now forgive you for multiplying 15 by 15 and getting 30. You are forgiven. Very nice. Very nice. And I'm going to repeat what Donnie says. Very nice, done. So the question says, the 10th term of an AP is 17. So it means then that I'm going to have A plus 9D equals to 17. That's what the 10th term is equals to. And the 10th term is denoted by A plus 9D. Very good. What is the 6th term? Okay, do the other one for me. It says the 6th term is 11. How do I do the 6th term equals 11?
So the 6th term equals 11, sir. You're going to say A plus 5D equal 11.
Fabulous. Excellent.
Sir, so when them say, sir, AP, the AP is the A plus D thing then?
Right. The AP is the arithmetic progression. And is it A and the D, something we're talking about? All right, very good. Very good. All right. Now, this is a solution, no, I know. Anybody remember simultaneous equation? You know better say yes. Because that is it. That is it. So I did say to you that I'm going to help you halfway. and you're going to finish the rest on your own. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So this is what I did. I put a plus 9b equals 17, and I call that equation 1. And then my a plus 5b equals 11, I call that my equation 2. And then I'm saying solving the pair of simultaneous equations using the elimination method. And I'm going to be subtracting my equations. Now I need to solve that simultaneously. I am not here, sad to say, but I am not here to teach you simultaneous equations. I am here to teach you precalculus. Simultaneous equation is little school maths. What I can do for you is to refresh your memories, but you need to go back and draw back on the information that you once learned about simultaneous. So let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So I'm subtracting equation 2 from equation 1. So what I'm going to have, you notice I put my subtraction sign at equation 2. Look at it. I put my subtraction sign at equation 2. See there? My subtraction sign is at equation 2 because I'm subtracting equation 2 from equation 1. Then so you're going to subtract 1 from 2. Yeah, you can't do anything. But what I normally look at is which equation looks bigger. And then I normally subtract the smaller equation from it so that I don't have to deal with any negative signs thereafter. Right? So I'm subtracting the equation that is appearing to be bigger. So that now becomes, that negative sign up top becomes negative a minus 5b equals negative 11. So my equation 3 now is obtained by multiplying equation 2 by negative 1. Equation 3 was obtained by multiplying equation 2 by negative 1. Negative 1 times positive a is negative a. Negative 1 times positive 5b is negative 5b. And negative 1 multiplied by positive 11 is negative 11. So now I'm able to add both equations together. Now I'm able to add both equations together. A minus a plus negative a is 0. 9d plus negative 5d is positive 4d. And 17 plus negative 11 is going to be 6. So we have 4d equals 6. And then I divide both sides by 4. I'm going to have 6 over 4, which is the same thing as 3 halves. And that's how I calculate the value of d. That's how I calculate the value of d.
Sir, can you go again one more time, please?
What I'm going to do is ask you to look at it. And then I'll go over it one more time. I just trying to stop share, right? Okay, good. Look at it from here for me. Look at it there. I'm going to give you 3 minutes and then I'll come and go over it again. I want you to look at it. Because I know you know how to do simultaneous, so I want you to refresh your memories. I need the every hour. I need the only thing. Every hour. Oh, bless me now. Let's see. I found to thee. All right, I'm trying to find, I need to connect this thing. Hold on. Oh, come on. Aren't you finding it? Oh, I know. I can't find my chances of it is to come. I'm connecting the device, guys. Hold on. I still see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you still seeing the screen? I mean,
Yes, sir. We're still seeing the screen.
no, I'm talking about the file, my file. I know you see the screen, but are you seeing the file with the question on it?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm kind of figuring. That's what I'm trying to pick up. Sort out. All right, hold on. I was connecting on the device. I see the screen now.
Yes, sir.
With the work on it.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. So you can now use the time to take your 3 minutes to look at it, please. Amen, 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 amen. Amen, 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 amen. It is so, it is so. Amen, 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 amen. It is so, it is so. Amen, 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 amen.
Sir, I'm not seeing where you get the 6, sir.
It is so, it is so. Amen, amen, amen. You're not seeing where I get the what?
The 6.
17 plus negative 11.
All right, everything. Okay, then, sir.
See it now?
Yes, sir.
just checking on something here. Need to move that screen to check on my class list. Let me turn it on. Actually, okay. Oh, but it says in the screen. Okay, great. All right, are you okay with that now?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let me just go through it again, nonetheless again. So what I'm doing, I'm solving simultaneously. I need to subtract one of the equations from the other because it's an elimination method. And in order for me to get rid of an A, I have to subtract an A from it. All right, so that's why I'm subtracting equation 2. So you notice for equation 2, after I have solving the pair of simultaneous equation using the elimination method, I am going to be subtracting equation 2 from it. So that's why you see the minus sign outside there. That minus sign, when multiplied by everything inside the parentheses, will now give me equation 3 as being negative A minus 5B is equal to negative 11. Now, I am adding both equations together. I'm adding both equations together. A plus negative A is 0. 9D plus negative 5D is 4D. And 17 plus negative 11 is going to be positive 6. When I'm adding and the signs are different, I subtract the smaller number from the bigger number and put back the sign of the bigger number. And put back the sign of the bigger number. So I'm going to get 4D is equal to 6. And when I divide both sides by 4, I'm going to get D is equal to 6 over 4. And when I evaluate that by dividing through by 2, I'm going to get 3 halves. All right, now look at the other part. I'm going to put anywhere in equation 1, 2, or 3, anywhere in equation 1, 2, or 3, I'm going to substitute my D to be equal to 3 over 2. Anywhere in equation 1, 2, or 3, I'm making a substitution. Anywhere in equation 1, 2, or 3, I'm making a substitution. That is, I am using equation 1. Then, sir, if I use 2, would I get the same answer? Yeah, man. That's why I say anywhere in equation 1 or 2 or 3, we can do it because I'll end up getting the same answer. So I'm going to have A plus 9 times, and then I'm substituting the 3 halves, is equal to 17. Now look at how I multiplied my fractions. I am multiplying across. I'm multiplying numerator by numerator. And then I'm multiplying denominator by denominator. So 9 multiplied by 3 is 27. And 1 times 2 is 2. So I'm going to have A plus 27 over 2 equals 17. And then I must now subtract 27 over 2 from both sides. And that is when it gives me 17 over 1 minus 27 over 2. 17 over 1 minus 27 over 2. And this is what I did right here. I find my LCM. My LCM between 1 and 2 is 2. And then I say to myself, how many times can 1 go into 2? And then I said 2 times. And then I said 2 times 17 is 34. So I write the 34 down there.
And then I ask myself, how many times can 2 go into 2? And I say 1 time. And 1 times negative 27 gives me negative 27. So I'm going to have 34 minus 27. And 34 minus 27 is going to be equal to 7. So the value of A is going to be 7. Now, I want you to take another 3 minutes to look at that for yourself now. How is the
All right, sir.
all right? No. So we found the value of A. We found the value of D. Now they're asking us to find the sum of the first. Wait, so no. Find the sum of the first 20 terms for me. You know the value of A, you know the value of D, and you know how many terms. So go ahead and find the sum of the first 20 terms for me, please. The sum of the first 20 terms. Amen, amen, amen. One word. Give me a few minutes. Amen, amen, amen.
Sir, for the first 20 terms, I got 355.
I come in. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
I come in. All right. What is of your answer you say now?
355.
355. I'm so proud of it, Taj. Hey, Taj, how much question owe you know?
Sir, you said 3, I think, from last year.
Jesus, Father. So that means that by the time I don't really know, is that case not over for you? Very nice. Very nice, Taj. Danny, Lori, Colin.
One for me too, sir.
Wow, and them things are gone. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Here's a last thing now. And I want to see how many of you will, and I have the answer, but I'm not projecting it just yet. The question said that we're supposed to write the first 5 terms. You know what A is, you know what D is. Matter of fact, let me help you with this one. Let me help you with this one. Because I have another question to give you. So to write the first 5 terms, so the first 5 terms is going to be, remember it's going to be A, then A plus B, then A plus 2B. Remember that exercise we did earlier?
Yes, sir.
Right. So that's what we did. That's what we did. So I want you to look at it. The first term is 7 over 2. Yeah, the first term is 7 over 2. So I want you to look at your 7 over 2, the other half there, and just check to see if you get that. So what is up top is what is up top is what is up here is a working out, and what is down here is the final answer. So look at that working out and tell me if you agree with it. Or matter of fact, don't even tell me if you agree with it. You work it out, the answer is going to be there. And then when you finish with that one, there is one for you, number 4. So you work out the first 5 terms. See the answer there. When you finish, number 4, I'm not helping none of you with this. I want to see how far you can go with that one for me. I want to see how far you go with that one for me. Very nice.
Sir, you can go up just a bit, please, sir.
You want me to go to this one here?
Yes, sir.
Right, no problem. Let me know when you can move, Danny.
Yes, sir. I was just telling you. I was just about to tell you good news.
All right. Here goes your question.
Sir, so you say we must work out the first 5 terms for the first one and then go to number 4.
Very good, yeah.
Sir? Sir?
Obviously.
Sir, I was asking if you could show us A and B. A and D, I'm sorry.
Sure. Not a problem.
Also, I think the common difference is 7/2. But I'm not sure.
All right, I can check the common difference for you, but I didn't hear it done, so I will I'll do that. Let me just check the 7/2 first. Let us um, two. Let me check. Very good. Yes, the common difference is 7/2. Very good. Actually, that's the one you wanted to see. Danny?
No, sir, the fourth, the question that we're doing now, sir, that's the one.
Yeah, but it's not showing.
Yes, so I was asking for.
That's the question.
Okay, sir.
So since Talia gave us the answer for the first piece, let me project the first piece. Very good. Colin and Laurie, come. I know the others are working. Come. Get a left A J?
Oh, sir, for the first term, I got 1.
Danny, what you get? You agree with Ajay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Let me see if calling it. I'm not hearing from you. Calling it, calling it. Very good. First term is indeed 1. Very nice. Very nice. Love the sound of it. For those of you who are struggling, see the answer there.
So it was sum of how much numbers again? 15? How much?
Some of the first 12 terms. 12 terms.
Sir, for the sum of the first 12 terms, I got 462, yeah.
$262. Let me check to see if you are right in 222. No, I got 243. Check to see if you make check the calculation again, Taj. See mistake it?
Oh, sir. I see it.
Go on. Take time and
So I forgot that 2 was a whole number.
okay.
Sir, A, for A is not 1, sir. The first term.
A is 1. That's what you got? Answer me no? That's what you got?
Yes, sir. Sir, but I'm having a one time. Where the 4 come from? 2. The first term is 1, which is A. So you get 2 over 1 there, so. Oh,
Danny. Done.
yes, sir.
You eat too much Christmas dinner, that's why. You see, you follow me now, done, right? Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Correction now.
Letter. Um,
All right. I'm having a conversation with myself because I lost connection and I'm talking to you. I never recognize that I'm muted. Are you seeing the screen again? Hello?
Yes,
Somebody?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. What do you got for the final answer? You did the final part already?
No, sir.
Hello? Anybody finish that one?
Yes, sir. For the first 5 terms, I got 1, 4.5, 8, 11.5, and 15.
All right, good. So you agree with me. All right, I'm going to give you a final example before I introduce the GP. Final example before I introduce the GP. But in this piece here, I broke up the question in several components. So here what I want you to do for me. It says the 18th term of an AP is 44, while the first term is 10. You can find the first term and the common difference, just like what we did before. And when you find the first term and common difference, I'll tell you what else to do. So Taj, you can move on to this one, find the first term and common difference for this, and I'll give you the additional parts as we go along. But do the simultaneous part of it first. Danny, how far you reach? Lorian.
Sir, I'm working out the terms.
Okay, fair enough. All right, continue. Very nice, guys.
So find the first term and common difference.
First, yeah. His name is Jesus. I know the names.
Sir, I'm not sure if it's right, sir. But I got D equal to and A equal 10.
All right, you're breaking up. I didn't hear you so well. Go again.
I was saying D equal to and A equal 10.
Oh, these two and A is equal to 10. That's what you said?
Yes, sir. So I don't know if it's that what Taj get.
All right, I keep reconnecting. I don't know why. But yes, these two and A is 10. Yeah. These two and A is 10. All right. The other part of the question is that I want you to find the sum of the first 20 terms, 10 terms. Find the sum of the first 10 terms for me. Sorry. Excuse me. Find the sum of the first 10 terms for me. Very nice, guys. I'm commending you. This is good work. Very good work. Sum of the first 10 terms. Anybody get the sum yet?
Sir, not yet, sir. So the first term is 10, sir, and you must find the first 10 terms.
The sum of the first 10 terms. So the first term is 10, and the other
Mm-hmm.
find the sum of the first. Huh?
Sir.
Sir, is the answer 190 for the sum of the first 10 terms?
190 you get touch, as I said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that me get to.
Very good. That's what I got to. That's what I got, 190.
Sir, you sound far.
Hmm?
Okay.
What is that? A sound far?
Yes, sir, you were sounding like you're feeling away.
No, I'm I'm very close, but I think my internet is very unstable now. So I am dropping and it's sounding very distorted. So even when you're talking, you sound all right. I did say final. I did say final, but this one is going to be final, 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 final. And guess what? I'm timing you on this one. 31332 6 I'm giving you 10 minutes to work on this one for me. It's now 11:25. At 10:35, I'm stopping you to see how far you do. So don't shout out the answer yet. Just read the question and keep the answer. All right?
Sir, gone on.
All right, let me go again. Is there anybody hearing me?
Yes, sir.
So answer me now.
Sir, we just hear you.
Oh, so that means I talk to myself all this time? All right. What you got for the answer for the common difference?
-1.
Good. First term.
Oh, sir, for
What's
the first time I got 5.
5,
I'm
sir.
done. Okay.
Yes, same, sir.
Whoa, nice. And then now, what? Right on the first 10 terms of the series. What's the first 10 terms? Tell me.
So I got 5 for my answer.
No, man, 5 is correct. But what's the first 10 terms? Right on the first 10 terms. What are they? What's the first one?
So if the first term is 5 and the common difference between them all is -1, so it would be 5, 4, it would be counting downwards. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, -3, and -4.
Yeah, no?
So I did I worked the sum, sir, instead.
You work the sum instead. Okay. The sum of the first 20 terms. What you got for that? Talk to me.
Sir, is it -90?
Very good. So why are you so hesitant? Very
Oh,
nice.
sir, I didn't know it would be a negative number for the answer.
Yeah, man. Look how many, look, remember, you know, everything that will go beyond your say no. You see, after the -4, you didn't have -5, -6, -7, -8, -9. So yeah, man. So you end up with a negative number. So this is the point I want to bring across. Why I say I want to give you this last question on AP.
Yes, sir.
That you see the first term is a bigger number than all the other terms. You recognize that?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
And you,
But in,
yeah, I remember you were saying that doesn't matter
right.
if it's bigger than the last term, it's still the
Very
first.
good. It's still the first term. Very good. Very good. That's the point I want to bring across. So when I saw the question, I was like, yes, they need to do this one. Very good. All right. Very nice. All right. So what I'm going to do now is to introduce. I have 15 minutes, and I want to just introduce to you the geometric. You have the notes already. I just going to introduce to you the geometric, and then we'll finish off this in the first hour of class, all being well next week, so I can start and finish our graphs. And then we'll just have one more topic to do, and then we'll finish the syllabus from memory. All right, good. So similar to the arithmetic progression, we have the geometric progression, and for the geometric, we also have a first term, A. So we have a first term, just like the arithmetic progression, we have a first term. So similarly, we have a common ratio this time and not difference. Uh-oh, common difference means that you subtract. When you hear ratio, what do you think we're doing?
So dividing?
Oh, fabulous. Yes. Yes. So if I say to you, all right, hear my trouble, Tajay now. So Tajay bought a pizza, is it done here? And the pizza is an 8-slice pizza. 8 slices. And me and you in the class hungry, you know. And Tajay come out to the class and say, sir, can I give you a minute, please? I say, yeah, man, go on, beating and come back. And Tajay come in the class with 8 slices of pizza. And Tajay sit down at the back of the class and I eat all the pizza. And I said, Tajay, you really gonna sit down and eat the pizza in front of me and done it? I'm calling it. And
Him say, all right, sir. I'm very hungry, so I can only afford each of you one slice. So the number of slices, what he gave away to what he ate would have been 3 to 5. Can I write that 3 to 5 ratio into a fraction? Hello?
Yes, sir, you're hearing.
Yeah, man. So, no, I answer questions. So, I know you're nobody answering. So, that's what I say hello. I'm asking, could I write a fraction in the ratio of the number of slices that he gave away to the number of slices he ate? Say yes.
Yes, sir.
And what's the answer? Says 3 to 5. 3 over 5. Hello, somebody. Are you hearing me? All right. I'm not hearing you responding, so I don't know if you're hearing me. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The ratio 3 to 5.
Right. So it will be 3 over 5 as a fraction. The ratio is 3 to 5. As a fraction, it will be 3 over 5.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. So yes, so when you hear ratio, think division. And there's a hint. There's a hint. That's why I go through the pizza, because there's a hint. And I'm not going to tell you what that hint is. I want you to figure it out. So what I just gave you a while ago is a hint. All right. Now, L is still the last term. Similar to what we had for the arithmetic progression with L being the last term. We have L here again being the last term. And we also have N to be the number of terms. So so far is just one new thing we met, which is R.
Yes, sir.
So we have A, the first term. We have R, the common ratio. We have L, the last term, N, the number of terms. And guess what? We also have Sn, the sum of terms, right? Now, the sum of terms is different in this case. And I'm not going to talk about that just yet until I move into the example. And I'm going to take about 5 more minutes so I can entertain your questions for the last 5 minutes of the class. So I'm really not going in depth with this one. I just want to show you something. So similar to the arithmetic progression, we had A, comma, then A plus B, comma, then A plus 2B, then A plus 3B, then A plus 4D, so forth and so on. In this case, what we have is A, comma, AR, AR squared, AR cubed, AR to the 4th, AR to the 5th. Similar second term, third term, fourth term, hear my story. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. The first term is A. The second term is AR. The third term is AR squared. The fourth term is AR cubed. The fifth term is AR to the 4th. The sixth term is AR to the 5th. What do you recognize happening there?
They're just like the AP, sir. It's like the R is decreasing, just like how you would have the A plus B and A plus D, I mean, decreasing for the terms. It's the same thing.
Decreasing by how much?
1.
Very good. So look now at the last term. You see the last term is denoted as AR to the N minus 1.
Yes, sir.
That's the last term formula for the geometric progression. For the geometric progression, that's the last term formula. AR to the n minus 1. Now, please do not confuse it with the last term for the arithmetic progression. Arithmetic, which is A plus n minus 1 times D. The arithmetic is A plus n minus 1 times D. For the geometric, it's going to be AR to the n minus 1. AR to the n minus 1. So you have a minus 1 in there. So it says for an AP, we subtract to determine the common difference. For the GP, we're going to divide to find the common ratio. So GP is common ratio. AP is common difference. GP is ratio. AP is difference. Difference for D, ratio for R. Difference for D, ratio for R. So remember, what is important is, yes, we decrease the power by 1. So the formula is going to be AR to the n minus 1. AR to the n minus 1. And I will do this one piece here with you. For example, I have 1 sum of the first 5 terms. Oh, that's easy. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 9 is 13. 13 plus 27 is going to be 30, 40. 40 plus 81 is going to be 121. See there? Easy, sir. But what if they gave you 300, something like that for other games? You don't add up the 3 of them? The 300 of them? I don't think so. So similar to what we did for the arithmetic progression, yes, because I gave you this simple question, we can go ahead and add them. But look at what is happening. For this, I did say to you that I'm not going to show you the sum formula just yet. But for the sum formula now, if I'm asking you to calculate the sum formula is S subscript n, which is the same S subscript n that we do for the arithmetic progression. The only difference now is that the formulation is different. So the sum is the same notation for the arithmetic as for the geometric. But for the geometric, it's going to be A times R to the n minus 1 over R minus 1. R to the n minus 1 over R minus 1. R to the n minus 1 over R minus 1. Now, I'm going to be using that formula when R, the common ratio, is greater than 1. I'm using that formulation when R, the common ratio, is greater than 1. When R, the common ratio, is greater than 1. If it is less than 1, we're going to use 1 minus R to the n over 1 minus R. So look at it now. Remember, G1 term that comes before it. What we're doing, we're going to take one term and then divide it by the term before. For example, 3 divided by 1 is 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 27 divided by 9 is 3. 81 divided by 27 is 3. So we're taking one term and dividing it by the term before in order to find a common ratio. We're taking one term and dividing it by the term before in order to find a common ratio. So in this case, we recognize that the common ratio is greater than 1. And when the common ratio is greater than 1, we're using that formulation. So let me just finish off this quickly. So my R is, remember, it's R to the n minus 1 over R minus 1. So R is 3 and n is 5, so it's going to be 3 raised to the 5th power minus 1 all over 3 minus 1. Remember, it's R minus 1, but R is 3 all over R minus 1. And 3 to the 5th is 243. 3 to the 5th is 243. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3 is 81. 81 times 3 is 243. And of course, 3 minus 1 is going to be 2. So I'm going to have 242 over 2, which is 121. Which is 121. I'll stop right there. I have already sent off these in terms of the notes. So you can read ahead on the other aspect of the geometric. There are maybe about 6 more pages to go, and those 6 pages is just some questions. You can try and attempt those questions, and then all being well on Saturday morning, I will definitely finish off this, start our graphs, and just do some other little stuff. So by the week after, we can finish off the syllabus. Are there any questions?
Sir. So you said like when you're doing the numbers, so you say when you divide it by the first term that you have in front, you're supposed to get it back?
You're supposed to always get the same number.
Yes, that's what I mean. Okay.
And if you don't get the same number, it means that it is not a geometric progression. And if when you do the arithmetic progression and you subtract one number from it, and you get one number this time, but you do it again and you get another number the next time, different number the next time, it's not arithmetic.
Okay, sir.
A good question. Let me go for a little further. So sometimes I will say to you, like on a multiple choice, which of the following is an arithmetic progression? So because I'm saying arithmetic progression, you're going to take each of them, you're going to take a term, subtract it from the term before, then you take another one, subtract it from the term before. If you don't get the same answer, it's not arithmetic. And they will also ask you which of the following is a geometric progression. If when you take one term and divide it by the term before, and you don't get the same answer as you do it with another term, it's not geometric. So that's how we differentiate a sequence and series in geometric and arithmetic.
Okay, sir.
All right. Bless up. Next week again, same place, same time. Same place, 8 o'clock. All right. All the best. Donnie, I think you are the host, Donnie. So no, Taj is no, Taj is a host. So Taj, I'm going to ask you to end the session, because if you don't end it, it means that the other class not going to be able to come in. So can you just end the session for me, Taj, please? And all the best. Take care, Colonel.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool, thanks.